Everyone says live your best life. But nobody asks, whose life are you copying? And more importantly, who's paying for it? Once upon a time, wealth was quiet. You didn't see it, you felt it. It lived in land, in businesses, in investments that compounded silently. Today, wealth looks different. It looks like rented apartments with skyline views, leased cars, luxury brunches, designer logos, and travel photos taken at perfect angles. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of the lifestyles you see are financed, not owned. Yet people copy them anyway. Why? That's what we're unpacking today. Part 1. The imitation instinct. Humans are wired to copy. Long before money existed, copying meant survival. If someone knew where food was, you copied them. If someone found shelter, you copied them. Copying was intelligence. But today, the signal is distorted. We no longer copy survival strategies. We copy status signals. And social media has turned status into a performance. You don't see someone's bank balance. You see their highlight reel. You don't see debt, you see aesthetics. And your brain doesn't distinguish between owned and borrowed. It just sees this is the standard. Have you ever seen something online and suddenly felt like your life was behind? That feeling right there. That's not ambition, that's comparison pressure. Part 2, lifestyle inflation without income growth. Here's the pattern. Income increases slightly, lifestyle increases dramatically. Or worse, income doesn't increase. Lifestyle increases anyway. Why? Because lifestyle today is identity. The car isn't transportation, it's a signal. The apartment isn't shelter, it's positioning. The watch isn't time, it's validation. And when identity becomes attached to spending, you stop asking, can I afford this? You start asking, what will people think if I don't have this? Part 3. The invisible social script. There is a silent script running in the background of society. At 20, look successful. At 25, travel visibly. At 30, upgrade everything. At 35, own property, even if stretched. At 40, maintain image at all costs. But nobody explains. Most people funding this script are stressed. Behind the filtered photo is a payment schedule. Behind the vacation is a credit balance. Behind the new car is 72 months of obligation. And copying this script locks you into someone else's timeline. Psychological layer, the belonging bias. Humans fear exclusion more than poverty. Belonging feels safer than savings. So when your peers upgrade, you feel pressure to upgrade. Not because you need it, but because you don't want to feel small. This is evolutionary wiring colliding with modern marketing. And marketing knows this. Every advertisement says, you deserve this. Don't get left behind. Upgrade your life. Translation, signal your value. Part 4, debt as a disguise. Here's something rarely said. Debt today is not just financial. It's reputational. People borrow money to borrow status. They're not buying a product. They're buying perception. And perception is addictive. Because once you've been seen as doing well, you feel pressure to maintain it. So the spending continues. The lifestyle locks in. The escape becomes harder. But here's the real question. If so many people are stretching to look wealthy, who is actually building wealth? We'll get there. Part 5. The ownership versus appearance divide. There are two financial games being played. Game 1, appearance. Game 2, ownership, appearance buys, visibility, attention, approval, ownership buys, control, cash flow, time. The tragedy? They often look identical from the outside, but internally they're opposites. One compounds silently, the other compounds stress. Example? Scenario 2, friends earn the same income. One leases a luxury car, upgrades apartments, keeps up appearances. The other lives slightly below means. Invests consistently, avoids lifestyle signaling. 10 years later, one has memories and payments. The other has assets and options. But during those 10 years, the disciplined one looked behind. And that's the psychological test. Part 6. The status trap. Status used to be tied to contribution. Today it's tied to consumption. You are no longer admired for what you build. You're admired for what you display. And when admiration becomes external, spending becomes defensive. You're not buying for joy. You're buying to protect your image. That's not wealth, that's maintenance. Part 7. The emotional cost copying financial lifestyles you can't afford creates. Anxiety before paydays, fear of unexpected expenses, avoidance of checking balances, stress masked as motivation, And worst of all, it steals future freedom. Because every dollar spent on appearance is a dollar not compounding, and compounding is invisible at first, which makes it easy to ignore. Reframe, the quiet advantage. Here's the empowering shift. Real wealth often looks boring. It looks like old cars paid in cash, small apartments with large investment accounts, fewer logos, more ownership. The wealthy don't rush to signal, because ownership is internally secure, and when you stop performing wealth, you start building it. The deep truth. Most financial pressure today isn't caused by low income. It's caused by comparison exposure. If you reduce comparison, you reduce artificial pressure. And when pressure drops, clarity rises. Practical reset framework. Ask yourself before any major lifestyle upgrade, am I buying this for utility or for validation? Would I still want this if nobody saw it? Does this increase my long-term options? Am I upgrading income or just upgrading image? If the answer is image, pause. The real flex isn't the car, the watch, the vacation. The real flex is financial calm. No anxiety, no performance. No silent panic, just control. And control compounds. The world will keep showing you curated lives. It will whisper, you're behind. You should have more. You should look better. But remember this, you're not competing with their lifestyle. You're competing with your own future. And your future doesn't care how you looked. It cares what you owned. If this changed how you see lifestyle pressure, subscribe to Mind and Money. Because here, we don't chase appearance, we build awareness. And awareness compounds faster than money ever will.